Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do some channeled messages for the Awakened Collective for the month of January. But when I was bringing through these points, they kind of feel like they're a bit bigger than January. So some of these might extend further, like all of 2024 kind of idea. But regardless, that was the goal. And so I want to share that with you today. Now, before we jump into the video, please remember to subscribe to this channel for new videos every week. And then I also wanted to make a little announcement for you that I have a brand new membership. Yes, I still have the Starseed Academy membership. Don't worry, that hasn't gone anywhere, and that is for adults. And I have a brand new membership for kids and their parents. It's called the Awakened Kids Membership. It's for awakened children, teens, and their parents, equally supporting all members of the family. It is so powerful, amazing, meaningful, healing. It's everything. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video. Let me make myself a note to do that. I always say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then I completely forget. And you guys are probably like, where's the link? So I'm going to put a link in the description of this video for the Awakened Kids membership. And if you have an awakened child, I cannot say enough how meaningful, magical, important this is to teach them about things like energy, frequency, vibration, manifestation, their gifts, how to protect themselves. Like, oh my God, this stuff should be already taught to them in school. And that's okay. That's what I'm here for. And just imagine if you had something like this as a kid, how much further ahead you would be, how much more confident you would be. It's like get to them early before that programming sinks in from like the 3D. Oh my God, so much like lack mentality and all of that, and fear frequency. So anyway, I just really believe that it's really important to support the kids of this generation and the upcoming children because they are the new earth. We're all talking about new earth. Where is it? When's it going to come? It's the children. It's them. It's here. It's in them, right? They will become that. And so it's our job to like kind of bring them into that. And also, for mom and dad, parents out there, I just want to let you know too that your awakening was always meant to include your children. It was never just about you. So, okay, let's move on because I could talk about that kind of stuff for days. I've dropped my pen. It's probably okay. So let's jump into the video. And I hope you all had wonderful holidays and a beautiful, happy new year. I wanted to share something that I got with you guys from Brian, my husband. I got this really beautiful, I think it's called a fire opal. It's kind of like, it's cool because it's kind of rough, like it's still in the stone, right? And then there's these like holographic bright blues and greens, and it's for the crown chakra, and it's for a lot of things, and it's for confidence, crown chakra, one other thing I can't remember, but loving that right now. I love my crystals. Okay, so let's jump into these points. So the first point that wants to come through, this is something I shared in December with my membership group, the Starseed Academy membership, the adult one. I did a 2024 New Year reading. We did like a group reading. And the very first message that came through in that reading was what I'm going to share with you now, is that the new year doesn't actually start until the spring equinox, right? And I was like, that was the first time I'd ever heard anything like that. And I really didn't understand why they thought it was so important to share that, like, first thing, like prioritizing that message. And then they went on to say, like, think about, first of all, energetically and the seasons and Gaia. When does it feel like she begins her new year, her fresh new year? Well, springtime, when all the little things start to bud, right? That's when we start to feel that feeling of that fresh, alive, new beginnings, kind of new beginnings, right? That's what the new year is supposed to be. And this whole like January is just a man-made calendar, and it does not energetically align to like the organic vibes of the planet that we're on, or really anything about ourselves, because humans too are kind of like hibernating, like all the animals, like everybody's in hibernation. Why is this the new year beginning? So, why were they sharing that? Because if you are not feeling super inspired, if you are not in the new year, new me vibes, do not worry about it. Your moment's coming, probably in March, the spring equinox, right? So, just to let you know that it's okay if it's a gradual build into that feeling. Let it be spring if it wants to be spring, okay? And then for those of you that are like, yes, new year, I'm ready, new routines, highest self, here we come, go for it. That's amazing, right? Because we can create it. Because when so many humans, we are such powerful energy transmitters, we create so much energy, right? So when lots of humans are on that, you're going to feel that wave, and it can boost you into that feeling too. So either way is fine. Okay, the next message is very connected to that. The next message is, remember that, because a lot of us want to make like changes in the new year, transform ourselves and like all these new routines or these new goals or whatever. Just remember that lasting changes come from a place of love. They come from a place of loving yourself so much that you know that you deserve that thing. Loving yourself so much as you are, accepting yourself and loving yourself as you are so much that you think, I deserve to treat my body like a temple. I'm going to start this exercise routine or this healthier eating. Or I love myself so much that I'm going to get my finances figured out, or I'm going to do the thing, whatever it is that your goal is. It does not last if you try to make changes from a place of shaming yourself. Like, um well, you can just imagine, like, people really shame themselves physically, like, oh, I'm so disgusting and I have to work out because I'm gross. Like, but whatever you try to do from that place won't last. It's not a lasting transformation. You might have like a good month or two and you'll dip right back down, because it has to come from a place of love or it will not be sustainable. And that is every area of your life. Okay, it's not just physical, it's like emotional health, financial, your work, your relationships, like your spiritual journey. Do your, like, if you're trying to, oh, I need to meditate every day or whatever. Well, don't guilt yourself. That is not a lasting change. Please do it from a place of love. Like, I love myself so much. I deserve to see what's possible for me when I am giving myself the opportunity of this, right? That's coming from a place of love. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, third point. This is a weird one. Let me just have a sip. I just spit water everywhere. Okay, so the moon. Where are we all at with understanding the moon? You know what? There is a video on this channel that was all about the moon, and I recommend, if you don't know much about the moon, that you go and watch that. Ooh, maybe I should make a note. I threw my pen. Let's grab another. Maybe I should make a note to link that for you, because there's always two videos I get to choose to link at the end. I'm going to link the moon video for you, because I really think that you should watch that, because it's the reason why. You're going to see why, because it's going to be a big deal in 2024. Okay, so the moon is an observation station. We used to have an organic moon. Okay, we used to have twin moons on Earth. They were like, there was two. And then there was some kind of a collision that happened, and one moon was totally destroyed, and one was a little like thrown off balance in some kind of a way. Like maybe it was partially destroyed and it wasn't able to properly keep its spot, orbit, whatever. And it was actually removed. And then, and yes, I'm talking about extraterrestrials. There was actually grays involved in this. So that was removed because it wasn't safe. And what was put in its place in the proper orbit and in the proper, cycles that it needed to hold was a fake moon, like an inorganic moon, something that was built. Okay. So the surface of the moon, they used the parts from the old moons, like the pieces, to kind of like create the same kind of material around the outside of the moon. But on the inside, it's like metallic. It's like hollow, first of all, because there's rooms, but it's like metal. So it's not actually an organic, the original moon. Okay, so it's an observation station as well. What does that mean? Well, it's a shared observation station. So much like humans have to share the moon, like we can't tell Russia they can't land on the moon, or we can't tell China we don't own the moon, right? Like whatever country you're in, you don't own it. We all have to share it. Think about that, but put it to the star nations. Like the Pleiadians don't own the moon, the Lyrans don't own the moon, the Orions don't. Nobody owns the moon. Okay, it is a neutral place where everybody gets to enjoy it. Okay, if it's an observation station, And what are they observing? Earth, right? It's a perfect vantage point to observe Earth with the kinds of technology that they have. And if it's an observation station and like a workstation and it's a shared station, then what has actually happened is there's like some kind of a schedule where they like literally where they like a certain council gets it or a certain star nation gets it for this chunk of time, and then it switches. We just had quite a long time period where the Council for Humanity had a small spot on the moon that they were using. The Council for Humanity is one of the main councils that I channel. This is like under the umbrella of the GFL, the Galactic Federation of Light. There's all these little councils. The Council for Humanity is like a little council for humanity, for the good of humanity, and it's comprised of a lot of different kinds of beings. There are Pleiadians, there's mantis beings on there, and there's humans, and there's just all kinds. It's a mixed bag, but it's all for the highest timeline of Earth. How can we help continue aligning to the highest timeline, continue choosing the highest option, and get to that golden era that we're going for, right? So they were on the moon observing, right, for quite a while. And then I did a reading again in my membership, and we found out that it was switching hands. Their time had run out and it was switching hands, and what was the people that were going to be on the moon next were actually coming from, it felt like Saturn, the Saturn area of the Milky Way. Now, why is that important? To be quite honest, Saturn and the people that currently inhabit Saturn, they're not the original inhabitants, are pretty low vibe. I would be honest with you and say that they're pretty low vibe. And I have a whole thing about Saturn inside my membership if you're interested. And okay, so the thing is that the moon might feel a little more low vibe this year. Like, what does that mean? Well, unless you're really connected to the moon and you're doing rituals every single new moon and full moon and all these things, you might not notice. But if you are somebody who is like very connected to Luna and very connected to like, oh, it's full moon, it's time for my letting go ritual. Oh, it's new moon, it's time to plant new seeds. Just keep that in mind, right? It might not feel the same for you. It might feel a little less high vibe because we've now pulled to this Council of Light and we have a little bit of a lower council. It is a shared neutral space. We cannot tell them that they can't have a turn, right? But because they're there and because the moon is like a tractor beam of energy just flowing down to Earth, we might feel that, particularly on the full moons when it's at its peak, okay? So just keep it in mind. It's nothing to be afraid of. We never spread fear frequency, but just know that it might not feel the same. It might not feel so high vibe. So what can we do instead? Turn your attention to the sun. The sun is going to be super, super important this year. So solar flares and the Schumann resonance are going to be going off like mad this whole year of 2024. Solar flares create the Schumann resonance spikes. One follows the other. The solar flares are like scientifically proven. If we care if it's science or not, we can just say it is what it is. Solar flares create DNA evolution. Always have on the Earth, right? Always have. When you see a species evolving where it's crawling out of the ocean and growing legs and then it starts to walk, that's solar flares. Okay, like plants changing. It's not just humans, it's animal kingdom, plant kingdom. Evolution happens through solar flares, the I guess information or the power of the energy from the sun gets into the body and creates changes. Okay, this is how we're coming into the divine human blueprint, through DNA changes, becoming that crystalline being. I call this 6D because 6D is the physical ascension. 5D was all about consciousness, right? Energy, the invisible. 6D is all about physical, like your physical body having changes. Okay, so 6D physical ascension symptoms going to be strong this year due to a lot of very noticeably large solar flares and lots of Schumann resonance movement, energy, activations, spikes, right? In order to ease physical symptoms like headaches, muscle aches, back aches, stomach aches, whatever physical issues that you're having, in order to ease those, because you might feel it pretty soon, pretty early on in the year, you have to go outside, because that sunlight that is creating that evolutionary change within you is also the medicine. You know, it's creating the symptoms, but it's also the solution, right? So if you can go outside and spend time in the sun, especially letting the top of your head take in the sun and your eyes, not wearing sunglasses, we can take in sunlight peripherally in a safe way. And we can just being outside with no sunglasses is really helpful as well. All of that is going to ease your 6D symptoms. So please remember that all year long. Okay, the next point is about abundance. Yay! 2024 is a year of abundance. Now, numerology is very real. I love the language of numbers. I feel like I speak many languages, and you might agree on this. Like, I feel like I speak the language of colors. I just understand colors. Like, I feel what they feel like, right? But I wear a lot of color too, because I can feel what frequency each color has its own frequency, which means it has its own feeling, which means that it can be used in healing, right? It can be used to balance you, heal you, uplift you. Color is so powerful. And numbers are the same. And so one of my favorite numerology books, do I have it here where I can show you? I think it's called Your Cosmic Self. Oh, there it is. It's called You Are Cosmic Code. It's such a cool book. It gives you like a little workbook to figure out all of your numbers, like your life path, your destiny number, like all the things. Anyway, all I really wanted to say about this was that when you add up the numbers 2024, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, that's how numerology works. You add up the numbers individually and you get one digit, which is 8. And this is an 8 year, and 8 represents the infinity of money, the infinite abundance, right? And so it's harvest season, baby. All those seeds that you've been planting, all of the work that you've been putting in, you're about to blow up, okay? It's about to go down. It's going to be so good and it's going to be in your favor. And I want you to believe that. Okay, because we want to open. So if this abundance is swirling around you, especially this year, it's always swirling around you, but especially in such a powerful year that is literally coded for you to have access to abundance, then be damn sure you're opening doors to that money. Okay. I'm going to be dropping a wealth bundle very, very soon. So keep your eye out for that. If you're not on my email list, get on it right away. They always get to hear about stuff first. And again, the link is in the description for that too. I'm going to be dropping a wealth bundle to help people align to the magnetic frequency of money, but also just make sure that you you're doing the work, right? Because the only thing that's going to block you from this abundance this year is yourself. That's the only thing. And so we really have to get out of that victim mentality where we think everything's happening to us and not happening for us. It's like, well, it's not my fault. My job, couldn't give me a raise because they had a bad year. And it's like, but you're creating that reality, right? You by what you believe is possible for you, by what you believe you're worthy of, by what you continuously focus on, you are creating it or you're not, right? And that's the thing. We have to stop, like, we have to start taking radical responsibility for our situation, our health, our finances, everything. It's you, babe. It's all you, right? So this is the year. It's harvest season. Open the doors to money. Make sure that you have a lot of doorways that money could flow in, right? Lots of and know too that you don't have to know the how, and you can just magically receive unexpected money at any point. And the only thing blocking that, once again, is your belief that it's possible for you. But keep your eye out for the money wealth bundle that I'm going to be dropping really soon, and start doing the inner work. Get some audiobooks. I'm listening to Amanda Frances right now, an audiobook by her. That's really good. Really listen to things around manifestation, being the sovereign creator, aligning to the frequency or the attracting wealth. All those kinds of things will help you to start to believe in what's possible. Okay, so the last point that I have is tied into that. That it's harvest season, it's the year of money, because it's also the year of the entrepreneur. So more, and this was in my 2024 predictions video, more people than ever are going to be dropping the 9 to 5 programming. They're going to finally start to look at it, really look at it and be like, what the F? This is not for me. Why are we doing this? Why was this ever considered normal that I should work my entire life and then only leave like what the last 10, 20 your years where you can barely move around maybe for retirement because you can't physically work is really the only reason why? It's like, what, who created that? Really think about who created the 9 to 5 programming, because it was not somebody that had your best interests at heart. Okay. You do not have to buy into that or be a part of that at all. So I see a lot of people leaving the 9 to 5 and becoming entrepreneurs. And then for those of you that are already entrepreneurs, especially spiritual entrepreneurs, this is your year to blow up. This is your year to open all those doors to money, right? Like every little soul nudge that you are getting about, oh, this might be really helpful for someone. I've got this idea for like a program in mind, or a little course, or a session, or an offer, or something in mind, or maybe I should write an email about this. It's like all the little nudges in your heart and in your gut, and the reoccurring helpful thoughts that you keep receiving from spirit. Those are all soul nudges. And sometimes the smallest action can create something super viral, or like a reel going wild. Or sometimes the smallest action, like just a really heartfelt email that you just felt like, oh, I wasn't even planning this, but here I got to say this, can call in 5 new clients. Like you just have to stay in tune with you. How are you feeling? What are you being nudged to do? What have you been nudged to do that you haven't done yet? Like me, I have this whole list of ideas that I want to bring to life this year. So this is the year. This is the year of opportunity. This is the year of the entrepreneur. This is the year, because more and more people are just going to keep awakening. And that means that it's going from millions to billions of people that need these kinds of services, like people to support them through their awakening. Healers, activators, Akashic readers, spiritual channelers, people that are teaching programs and courses and certificates, and just all of it. So it's your year. Okay. Awesome. So that all being said, make sure you're on the email list to hear about the Money Wealth bundle that I'll be dropping. If you have an Awakened Kid, oh my gosh, please check out the Awakened Kid membership, also in the link in the description below. What else? There's the Starseed Academy membership, the adult membership. And then Psychic Light, my certified psychic development program, is opening in February. Oh my God, it's so soon. Another round. Oh my gosh, I do have a wait list again. I always have a wait list for this. So if you are wanting to, if the wait list is still open, get on it. And just keep your eye out, because there's going to be so much information coming about that really soon. It just keeps getting better, this course. And I love that it's now certified. And if you're wanting to discover your gifts and then master your gifts all in one course, this is the course for you. We are covering soul gifts, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, the language of the clairs, all of them. I am teaching written channeling, spoken channeling, trance channeling. I'm teaching light language and soul language. I'm teaching Akashic records and astral travel, all in one program. Imagine how much it would be to try to go and do a program on each one of those. And that exists, right? You can go and spend all this money on just Akashic program. I'm putting it all into one program, right? You're going to leave with such an incredible understanding and the ability to go and now start your own business, or if you already have a business, to probably create a bunch of new offers. Or just deepen the work that you are already doing. I have so many people come to me that are either on the cusp of channeling, like energy healers, that are starting to hear like guidance and messages, taking them to the next level where they're comfortable enough to even offer, outside of their healings, just channeled reading sessions. I've worked with mediums. I've worked with authors channeling books. I've worked with trans channelers. I've worked with light language artists. Just card readers. I almost forgot. Lots of card readers come to me to deepen their channel so that they don't have to rely just on the cards. They're also channeling as they're doing it. It's just it's everything. This course is literally in my in my mind, everything a spiritual entrepreneur could ever need to like go with it and go wild. And it's everything that I use in my own business. And you've seen how successful Starseed Academy has become. So that is my signature. It's the big one. It's certified. You get a certification at the end. I do keep it like a limited so that I don't feel overwhelmed by how many people are in it. I like to give lots of hands-on time. So make sure that if you see an early bird, if you see anything like that, get in fast. Okay. And always, if you have questions, I'm on Instagram more than anywhere else. So, or email, either email me or just DM me over on Instagram if you have questions about anything that I've talked about today. Okay. I'm always open to your messages, your comments, and everything. All right, you guys, happy January. And I hope that this is like a super fruitful month for you, or just like a really inspiring month and lots of planning about what you are going to do this year, fire year, this 8th year. So exciting. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. And until next time, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you. Have a great night. Bye.